Hi everybody, this is Christina, the AmputeeOT. In this video, I'm going to talk about some of the misperceptions about your first prosthesis. A lot of times when people get an amputation, they look forward to getting their new prosthesis with this huge sense of anticipation. They seem to have this perception that once they get their prosthesis, they'll be able to walk and go back to enjoying the life that they used to have without too much difficulty. The truth is that getting a prosthesis is a long and drawn-out process that takes a really long time and involves developing a good, comfortable working relationship with the person who will make your prosthesis, which is your prosthetist. It's amazing how many times on different amputee forums, like the Amputee Coalition of America forum on Facebook, for example, I see people post comments like, "Hello Facebook, I just got my prosthetic today, and though it was comfortable in the office when I walked around on it, once I got home, now it really hurts to wear and I feel like it's not fitting right anymore. What should I do?" Your residual limb, or your stump, or the remainder of your leg, however you want to call it, will go through a lot of changes, especially in the first year after you've had an amputation. The muscles in your leg will atrophy, the swelling from the surgery will go down, and different other changes will occur in your residual limb. And those changes can lead to your prosthesis fitting on one day, but not fitting on a different day. Now you can help this by adding and removing stump socks throughout the day, but there comes a time when no matter what type of arrangement of stump socks you have in your prosthesis is just not going to fit and it's not going to be comfortable. And that is why having a relationship with your prosthetist is so important, because if you're able to go to your prosthetist and say, "My leg is uncomfortable in this spot and this spot and in this spot, and it's uncomfortable after I wear it for 20 minutes or after I wear it for 20 hours, or you're able to articulate the ways in which your prosthesis is uncomfortable, then your prosthetist will be able to alter your prosthesis so that it fits you properly and so that it's comfortable. And you absolutely have to do this. Prosthetists are not mind readers, and so they are not going to know if your prosthesis is uncomfortable unless you tell them. I've seen a lot of people who have gotten upset because their prosthesis fit in the office and it didn't fit when they got home, and so they get on the Amputee Coalition Facebook page and they say things like, "My prosthetist is not very good because my leg doesn't fit. Should I get another prosthetist?" While there are times in which an amputee might want to get a new prosthetist, it's probably better, if your leg is not fitting correctly, to go to your prosthetist and tell him or her that your leg is not fitting properly so that they can make the proper adjustments. You're probably not going to see your prosthetist 1 or 2 times or even 5 times or 10 times throughout the first year that you become an amputee. I've probably seen my prosthetist on average like once every week or 2 weeks since I became an amputee and started going to see my prosthetist. Early on, sometimes I saw my prosthetist twice a week, but now I see my prosthetist maybe like once every other week or so. Starting to wear your prosthetic is a process in which your leg has to get used to wearing a prosthesis. So for example, the end of your residual limb is not a weight-bearing area, or at least it wasn't, but now it is. And so your body has to adjust to bearing the weight of your body on different parts than it used to. You used to bear the weight of your body when you walked on your feet. Now that you don't have a foot or any feet, you're going to have to bear the weight of your body on your residual limb. Your prosthetic device should not hurt you. If it actually hurts and causes pain, then there's definitely a problem, and either you need to get it adjusted, or you need to add some socks, or you need to do something to stop it from hurting. Discomfort, on the other hand, especially in the beginning, is something that is just part of the process of learning to use a prosthesis and adjusting your body to being able to wear a prosthesis. Some discomfort is totally normal and not a big deal. It's pain that you need to worry about. Discomfort is okay, and pain is not okay. I have had to have so many adjustments to my prosthesis that you would not even imagine. If you look at one of my original sockets, here's one of my early sockets, and I show you the inside, you will see that there are tons and tons of layers of leather on the inside of my prosthesis. And that's because my leg was shrinking and my prosthesis wasn't fitting correctly anymore, and so they had to alter it to make it fit my leg properly. This is my old socket, and this socket I wore for a really long time until they made my newest one, and this one has got a bunch of layers on the inside of it too. Not only does it have a bunch of layers on the inside, but it's also got a pad on the inside because my prosthesis was actually made a little bit too long. And that is actually completely my fault. I kept telling my prosthetist that my prosthetic was hurting at the bottom, and so they kept sanding out the bottom to give me more room when actually I didn't really need that. And so what ended up happening is that one day I was using this leg and I happened to drop a sock down in the bottom, and I noticed that it felt better. And so I said, well, maybe there's too much space at the bottom. So I brought it in and they poured the pad for me, and then it felt a lot better after that. And my most recent leg that I've been wearing for about a month has absolutely no modifications that you can see on the inside. Okay, so that's pretty much all. I basically wanted to let you know that getting a prosthesis is a long-term investment on the part of you and on the part of your prosthetist, and it's not anything magical that will happen overnight. You will need to visit your prosthetist a lot of times to get your prosthesis adjusted so that it fits you properly and so that it's comfortable to walk in. And don't be afraid to tell your prosthetist if something doesn't fit right. They're not mind readers. They don't know that something doesn't fit right unless you tell them. That's the only way that they can know. So you have got to tell them if something is uncomfortable. And any prosthetist worth their salt will really appreciate the feedback, and they'll appreciate being able to develop a working relationship with you, because if they're a good person, which I'm sure 99% of them are, they will have your best interests in mind and they will want to build a successful product for you. Almost all prosthetists are really good people, and they got into being a prosthetist because they wanted to help people, and so they want to help you. And the only way that they can help you is if you develop a good working relationship with them. Okay everybody, that's all for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments section below. You can subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every Wednesday. You can follow me on Facebook. That's facebook.com/AmputeeOT. And see y'all later. Bye!